morning, all. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this Monday, and this is the 1st of July, 2019, time about 9:15 a.m. Central Daylight Time. So now we have to deal with what really took place in two areas. The easiest part is North Korea. President Trump, surprise visit, steps into North Korea, shaking hands with Mr. Kim. A first step towards whatever's going to happen there. My guess is, and I'll stay with it, North Korea will never give up its nuclear weapons, but they may stop producing them. But this is a first step to opening relations. Then we get to the elephant in the room, China and the U.S. And no matter what I do, I can understand the two agreed to go forward with talks. I don't know where the talks are picking up. I saw the Chinese announcement. I see nothing about produce being bought there, excessive amounts. I see that we're going to allow Huawei to buy some of the chips that our manufacturers make, but we're not going to buy the Huawei equipment in the United States. I didn't see anything new about other trade issues. The tariffs are not going on to the $300 billion, but they're also not coming off on those that are in place. And more important, I saw nothing about a timetable. So as euphoric as the stock market is, I've just got to be honest, I don't know what we did. And I'm not saying that's bad. I just don't know what they accomplished. Those markets that had safe haven buys, the gold market, that's one of them. The Japanese yen, they are giving up big amounts, obviously, of what the market had put in there. You're seeing the bonds and notes very stable. You can't go by the energies. The energies are dealing with the OPEC event, and it looks more and more like instead of a 6-month extenuation to the end of 2019, that OPEC is getting very close to announcing a 9-month extension to March. And the rationale there is the Russians don't produce an awful lot of oil in the heart of winter in Siberia and these other areas. They can afford to do that, and they can always cut it back, say the world's back in balance. So that's not a surprise. Now, if you think that the Chinese are buying U.S. grains and so on, well, you tell me what's going on here. I'm not seeing those purchases, nor did I see word of them. And I know people are still talking. They were in our office. They're going to buy pork because they've lost half their herd. When I see it, I'll believe it. Right now, I think that all that happened is a detente. And we're not going to put on that other round of tariffs, which U.S. business wanted, and that is why the stock market is up. That's my take of it. When we look at the day's event, the ISM U.S. manufacturing headline recap, we've got this market sitting here jumping, as you can see, 51.7 versus 51.3. We've got the manufacturing prices and so on. All the other numbers, to me, are not so powerful that they're that good. I look at them, the index jumped, but all the other numbers are sort of wishy-washy. Then we go to the construction spending, and it's up 0.8. The market, down 0.8. It expected up 0.1. That isn't good. Construction spending, though, was up 0.4. Market U.S. preliminary June manufacturing sector PMI came in at 50.6 versus June's 51. That's good. Anything over 50 is still growth. Natural gas, well, the market's not rallying because traders are now saying with July 4th coming in, factories closed down a bit early, which is true. So the demand isn't there this week. It might come back for next week. Iran's foreign minister said that they are stepping now out of the treaty and they're going to produce more of the uranium they said they would. That deal that Europe has tried to put together for them to get money into Iran's pocket so far has not worked. I said OPEC would talk, and they might go to March 2020. They'll certainly go the 6-month part. European Statistic Agency reported that the number of people without work across the 19 countries that use the euro fell by 103,000 and made it push the unemployment rate down to 7.5 from 7.6%. It's not a small deal. That's good. It's the lowest since July of 2008. And in the Eurozone, the PMI still slowing at 47.6. Borrowing by businesses and households unchanged. People still don't know what's going on. There's fears that factories are starting to cut payrolls in the fake of weaker overseas demand. That's why we're all hoping China and the U.S. can get something going there. It would help Germany. Chemical giant said it's going to cut 6,000 job. It goes on and on. Spain doing some of the best that it's had in a little bit, so that's the good news, I guess, for everybody. But when you look at it, I'm going to have to let you figure out what the day's events might or might not mean, because it's going to be one of those funny things. Other than that, I'm Ira Epstein. You have yourself a good day. I will talk to you all this afternoon. Good luck, good trading to you.